Johnny Mosley here for Peter Glenn Ski and Sports. We're talking about the Dalbello Pantera 100 with Jeff Curtis. Jeff, the reason that I'm here talking to you about this boot is because I read that it has an adjustable ramp angle.
Yeah.
And I know that's probably like maybe too technical, so you can glaze over if you don't know what that means, but I think it's important. And you guys are one of the only people I've seen that make it easy to adjust the ramp angle. So let's talk about what that is.
Yeah, so the ramp angle is the way your foot sits in the boot. So if your heel's a little higher, you would have more ramp angle. And that's something that some skiers need and want.
Right.
So your expert boot fitter can come in and adjust that for you. We make it really easy and quick to do that. There's a little wedge that sits underneath your foot in the back of the boot that brings your heel up just a little bit. And that makes some skiers a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
And to have the versatility to be able to do that is kind of a nice feature in the boot.
So, exactly. One of the things you can do is just when you're thinking about boots, think about like your athletic stance, right? Like when you're playing sports or whatever, how much do you bend your ankles? If you don't have a lot of ankle flexion, you want the relationship between your shin and your foot to have pretty good range, like in the middle of your range. You don't want to be working at the back end of your range or all the way at the front end of your range. And by picking up your heel a little bit, you can get your ankle to work in that ideal range, that like power range. And you typically have to like stick stuff, like that's what I have to do, stick stuff to my footbed or all that stuff to adjust that. But these guys make it easy with these plastic wedges that just insert right in there. So really easy thing for your boot fitter at any Peter Glenn shop to do. You'll be in and out of there in a minute, and you can like feel what it's like to be what I call in the cockpit. And you'll know when you're in the cockpit. You ever ski and you feel like you gotta lift your toes up the whole time and your tibias are blighting up because you're trying to stay forward on the front of your ski? Try a little bit of a heel lift and you'll feel like, bam, I'm over the sweet spot of my skis.
Absolutely, Johnny. I mean, the whole Pantera series is all about comfort.
Yeah.
It comes in the whole range of flexes.
Right.
We've got a really cool new power cage design that is basically how the boot delivers power to the ski.
Yeah.
And that's something that's important for any boot that you're going to use.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a fantastic new boot from Dalbello.
Yeah.
The other thing that I would say is it's offered in a men's and a women's.
Oh, okay.
So
that's great.
Some good options no matter what.
And this is 100 flex, so that's actually good for kind of a woman or a man. And then,
intermediate to advanced skier in a 100 flex, but this whole series we go all the way up to a 130 flex.
Okay, great. And Peter Glenn will have the 120. So if you're used to a little bit more a stiffer boot, if you're an advanced expert skier, you might want the 120. Looks like a great boot. I love the system. I love the buckle setup. I tried it on. I can't wait to try it this winter. Good luck with it.
Thank you very much. It's great to have you here.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks, Jeff. All right, so that's the Dalbello Pantera 100. Check it out at peterglenn.com or walk in the store and have one of our experts fit it, get the right size, because that's 99% of it, and then you can adjust that footboard if you need to. All right, Johnny Mosley here for Peter Glenn Ski and Sports. Have a great season.